What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the sad, tragic case of a French neighborhood being completely flooded by Orbeez because somebody decided that they wanted to fill up a bathtub with them and see what happened, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really know, honestly, what happened to cause this entire situation. I mean, obviously this guy was messing with Orbeez, but I mean, I just don't know what his final goal was for this entire thing. I don't really know what you could possibly think was going to happen in this situation. But nevertheless, there is now an entire neighborhood in France that is completely clogged up by Orbeez because of this guy. And if it's not funny, which I personally think it's extremely funny, I think that it's just gonna go ahead and show you guys the fair warning of not messing with Orbeez in the bathtub and then not having a way to get rid of them. So that's basically what happened here. That's basically the gist of the situation. This guy decided he was gonna make a bunch of Orbeez in his tub, and once they expanded, as Orbeez do when they are in contact with water, he had no idea what he was going to do with these probably just millions of Orbeez. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look.
Bon, partie 2 de mon expérience qui est en train de foirer complètement. Du coup, j'ai ouvert cette vanne-là pour que ça va dans les tuyaux et en fait, ça remonte par tous les trous de la maison. Du coup, voilou, vous étiez nombreux à me dire pour les chiottes, en fait, qu'il fallait que j'appuie sur la chasse pour que ça s'en va. Du coup, je vais essayer ça.
Okay, I think the funniest part of this entire clip, honestly, isn't even just the Orbeez. Like, that's gold in and of itself, but the fact that I can't understand a single goddamn word that this guy is saying pretty much the entire duration of this video makes this gold. Like, for some reason, it reminds me of, like, in The Sims, when your character will mess something up and they start freaking out. I don't know, burn the house down, something like that. Obviously, when he, I guess, tried getting these Orbeez out of the bathtub, now, he basically pulled the drain and was allowing these Orbeez to go down into the system, and there was literally so many Orbeez that it basically backed up his entire system in his bathroom. That's how the Orbeez got in the toilet, and as you'll see here in a few seconds, they start coming out of the sink. It's a completely fucking ridiculous amount of Orbeez to have that kind of situation unfold in your bathroom. And now they're all over the floor. It's not even just in the drains and stuff, they're all over the floor. I mean, he's gonna be finding Orbeez for like 9 months. He's gonna be in there dropping a deuce one day, he's gonna feel something wet and squishy on the bottom of his foot, and there's gonna be an Orbeez stuck inside of one of his slides. So we can all pretty much see this guy's completely in a shit situation. No pun intended. I mean, at this point, there's literally no way to get rid of those Orbeez, and what I'm starting to realize now is, I mean, the toilet literally overflowed with them. They're coming out of the sink. They're all throughout the pipes at this point. Just how many Orbeez did this guy have? Just how many Orbeez did he let loose on the community around him?
Putain! Même là, ça remonte! Merde!
But it's okay, guys. He has a game plan to get these things cleaned up. Desperate situation? He's got to go ahead and break out a desperate play here. He's going to go ahead and get the Hoover, as it's called, by this little Twitter clip here. Honestly, I would just call it like a vacuum, but...
Bah si, ça marche. Ah, ça marche bien pour une fois. Pour une fois que vous m'avez donné une bonne idée, là, j'en peux plus, hein. Oula. Bon, je sais... Ah! Mais c'est quoi ça? Oula!
Okay, so he tried vacuuming up so many Orbeez that it literally broke the vacuum. So I guess that this plan is pretty much out the window. I wonder what really goes through somebody's mind as this is happening. I've never been in this situation, obviously. What goes through your mind when you flood the entire system in your neighborhood with Orbeez and your vacuum is just completely out of luck with cleaning any of it up, pretty much? Well, it's okay, because he, I guess, went to the internet, and you know how the internet is. Everybody has a solution somewhere to your problem. People told him to start using salt to, I guess, make the Orbeez situation chill itself out. I guess the idea is that the salt is going to absorb some of that moisture, some of that water, so the Orbeez can kind of, you know, deflate a little bit, and there's not such a big fucking amount of Orbeez all over the place. Alright, so we're on plan number 2 here.
Regardez, là, ils sont toujours encore là, je sais. Du coup, là, je mettre du sel et après on va voir ça. J'ai laissé couler l'eau, regardez, et ça fait un peu de bruit, ça fait des bruits bizarres. Écoutez-moi ça, c'est trop bizarre. En tout cas, je suis content, j'ai réussi à tout enlever. Mais oula! Ah! Mais c'est quoi ça? Oh mon Dieu!
Okay, so it's actually starting to work, guys. It looks like this game plan is gonna help him out of this situation. Oh, never mind, now it's pumping raw fucking sewage up out of his sink. Oh, that's great. If it got to the point where literal poo water was shooting up out of my sink, I don't think I could ever use the sink again. I'd have to replace that sink. I mean, I'm just not brushing my teeth, washing my hands, anything in a sink where I've literally watched other people's fecal water shoot up out of the base of it, man. That's just disgusting, but
Comment, s'il vous plaît? Regardez, ça sent pas tous les trous des égouts. Putain, c'est dans ma rue. Regardez, c'est vraiment... C'est mes boules, là. Je rêve pas. Même mon chien, il me juge, putain. Oh, ça sent vraiment des égouts, là.
Alright, so you see that like brown stuff coming up out of the storm drain there? Those are shit-covered Orbeez in the streets of this neighborhood. Go ahead and try and just sit back and let that one, I guess, process for a second here. This guy flooded a neighborhood with Orbeez. Not only just flooded it, I mean, there's some clean Orbeez in the street too. He is now also flooding his neighborhood with poo and sewage water and human waste. Piss. Anything else, I guess? The amount of money I think it would take to clean these up and, I guess, restore the system for this neighborhood properly, I can't imagine. And since the whole system seems to be pretty interconnected, can you imagine just being like, I don't know, living 6 houses down, something like that, like relatively close, go into the bathroom one day, you flush your toilet and a bunch of Orbeez come out, or you go to wash your hands in the sink and some poo water and Orbeez come shooting up out of the base of it? Honestly, I would think that I was dreaming if this kind of situation happened. This seems like one of those weird dreams that I would have, like a fever dream or something. I don't know, man. I'm stunned almost that this is like an actual event that is taking place on the planet at the same time that I'm alive. This man has now put his hands into these sewage-covered Orbeez, we're just gonna call them that, and then begins to step on them with his shoe. This man is essentially playing in the fecal waste of other human beings. Bro, what are you doing?
Tous reçu la même lettre dans le voisinage, je crois. Comment je fais? Moi, ça, obstruction des canalisations, madame, monsieur, suite à plusieurs plaintes, nous avons découvert.
Okay, obviously I can't read French, but I would assume that obstructions des canalisations probably means something like obstruction of the canals, you know, the water system in this entire area, with Orbeez. So it seems like the local government is now getting involved because of this event. And apparently the police are now searching for whoever did this. Well, I mean, I can kind of see why.
Je suis en train de faire une vérification parce qu'on a un gros souci au niveau des évacuations.
Ah bon?
Dans les canalisations.
Ah bon?
Vous n'avez pas de souci particulier?
Non.
Ça s'évacue très bien?
Non, moi, pour l'instant, moi j'ai aucun souci.
Ah mais c'est bizarre parce que je reviens de chez votre voisine juste à côté, ça a du mal à évacuer.
Ah ouais?
Ah bah oui.
Okay, so now you're seeing him talk to a police officer, which means, yeah, I guess this is actually real. They're actually looking for him, man. Unless he just pulled a J station and brought a fake cop to the video or whatever, man. Imagine you go to prison, right? You're in there for life. I don't know. We'll just say something goofy here. All the other prisoners are just, you know, they're talking about what it was. Like, hey, what did you do, man? Oh, I robbed a bunch of banks. Hey, what did you do, man? Oh, I went ahead and I went and tried to get a kill streak in real life. I wanted to go ahead and drop a chopper gunner in real life. I killed like 8 people. Hey, man, what did you do? Oh, well, I flooded the entire neighborhood with Orbeez and ruined the entire sewage and water treatment system of an entire city at this point, man. Dude would become the block bitch for sure. So at this point, I'm starting to wonder, right? Like, what led to this entire situation here? What has led to the flooding of a French neighborhood with Orbeez? Well, apparently, this guy was filming a YouTube video or something? Because this is, I guess, what kind of caused everything here.
Trois, deux, un. Attention. Oh mon Dieu. Bon, allez, c'est parti.
I don't know, filming a skit or something, I can't tell really what was going on in his head for him to kind of do this whole thing, but a lot of people are, I guess, questioning the reality of this one. Is it fake? Honestly, I would think that if you faked something like this, it would be pretty immaculate. I mean, getting the Orbeez all in the toilet, coming out of the sink, all in the bathtub, getting the sewage water to shoot up out of the sink like that, putting Orbeez in all the drains around the community, getting a pretty official looking letter from the city, a police officer, things like that, all for just like, I don't know, some internet clout. Seems like it'd be a bit far-fetched in my opinion, but you never know, I guess. So I guess if there's one lesson you can learn from this whole thing, it's I guess don't put Orbeez in the bathtub. I don't really know what you're supposed to do with Orbeez, but I can't imagine that flooding the entire neighborhood with them is what is actually intended. Apparently, it can get you arrested. I didn't know that going into today, but you learn something every day, man. Today, I guess I'm learning that you get arrested if you flood the neighborhood with Orbeez, but from what I understand, he was using the biodegradable ones, so it wasn't like he just created an environmental disaster in his community, thankfully. I mean, just only, I guess, flooding everyone out with shit water and Orbeez, if you want to consider that a disaster, which I probably would as well. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video, though, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. Follow me over on Twitter at SubToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. Surefire way to get notifications of all my newest content. Make sure to check out OpTube down below and at shopopti.com to get the best Optimus merch, the only official Optimus merch. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, creating an Orbeez monsoon, and signing out.